Hi, NEM community around the world. I'm Alexis Trujillo, and this is the NEM Show. Blockchain technology may represent the next step for accounting, and this app we present today is here to demonstrate all that. Well, to tell us his approach to that, we already have in line Jacob Sosok. He's the CEO of AAM and creator of General 2. He's going to tell us all about that, hopefully. Hi, how are you, Jacob? Welcome again to the NEM Show.
Hi, Alexis. Thank you for having me again. It's really a pleasure.
Always
and
a pleasure.
I'm doing well.
No. The pleasure is all ours to have you here. Well, let's talk about the news. It's the General 2 platform, and it's a huge thing for accounting, as we been saying in the intro. But I think you're the better one to tell us about General 2, right?
Yes, that's right. Last time I spoke to you, we were working on Genla, which was the version 1. The big difference is we're expanding it and we're making it into a commercial system. Before, it was a version that had testers, but it was quite far from where we wanted to take it. And this version is pretty close to launching. And we've expanded our team significantly since you last spoke with me. So it's all happening.
That's the key, I guess, is to turn our apps into commercial success. How has it been going regarding that with your app, with General 2?
Yes, so and again, maybe to go back to when we last spoke and I shared what we're doing, our objective was to create a system that takes cryptocurrency transactions from NEM blockchain and is able to then export that data in converted fiat amounts. The essence of that is to report this information into an accounting system. And as big as we felt this wasn't big enough, because to make this commercial, you actually need to have a platform that can facilitate user subscriptions, users managing multiple wallets, and also going even beyond NEM. So we're now looking at doing the same thing for Symbol, the same thing for Bitcoin, which we've already integrated. And also we're looking at doing the same thing for Ethereum.
So regarding these two questions, why blockchains are so slow to dig into that market, and why did you choose Zero.com?
Yeah, so I'll start with Zero, which will actually tell you a bit more how we've approached this. We've been doing a lot of market research in terms of adoption of accounting systems by Australia, also UK, other markets. Zero is actually one of the major systems in our market, similar in the UK. There are other systems, just to mention them, we could, if you're familiar with accounting systems like QuickBooks, they are popular among businesses. So for us to actually partner with Zero is a significant thing. And we actually already partnered with them. We're going to be entering the marketplace once we are ready. We're actually going through a lot of hurdles where we're just passing all the criteria. This is actually really important, because for us working with a large accounting system, they putting a lot of, again, criteria on us that we have to fulfill. So security, functionality, administration, help sections. This is really a proper system. It's not just an idea. It's like, even looking at the level of clients we can get through Zero, like we're talking not even hundreds, it's really thousands if we get this right. So it's a major breakthrough as soon as we can launch. And the interesting thing is Zero up until now wasn't a very pro crypto platform. They weren't really letting crypto apps to connect to the marketplace. And they only just recently enabled us. It just so happened that they actually made that choice during the time when they were talking with us. And we thought that we weren't going to enter the marketplace. but they told us clearly that they actually want us to enter the marketplace. And that in turn created so much more work for us, because to enter a proper marketplace with all these other financial and management apps, it's just a much bigger build, but it's very exciting. So in short, working with a big platform like Xero just makes this proper professional commercial system that actually is guided by Xero. And to enter, the marketplace is huge. But then to answer your other question about why other blockchains or blockchains as such haven't entered the accounting space, I think that's actually a very good point, because you're touching on something broader. Blockchain is the perfect solution to accounting. And I actually feel that a lot of blockchains don't really realize it. They're not trying to market accounting as a solution. To me, blockchain is huge, because cryptocurrency, you can be competing with banks, with SWIFT. I was actually going to answer that later, but I can mention it already. Like things that NEM has been facilitating for years, like multi-sig, even harvesting, which in turn is really like earning interest on your money, let's say. All these functionalities exist there, and you actually can do it independently outside of the bank. So, to put this into accounting as a financial solution, and almost like as a solution to having an alternative to regular currencies is huge. But to do this right, it's a significant step that also will mean there's just a lot of work to be done. But yes, there's plenty of potential.
Okay, you already said that about this one, but let's focus now on Symbol, because you're already working on Symbol, and you have some upgrades that you're taking advantage of Symbol and assimilating those in your developments, such as you have a new user interface, okay, and you're totally assimilating to Ethereum. Okay, you're using swaps, multi-sig function, and that's fine. Tell me something. How does that help to your app?
Yeah. Look, I'll actually start from, again, where I just sort of finished in the last question. So, NEM's unique, and NEM is really cutting edge. I think the problem is there's too many people who don't realize how good NEM is. And same with Symbol. Like
excuse me, we're also aware of that. We're some sort of the underdog. But
yeah, so I'll give you an example. I was having a review of our system with Xero. Obviously, the person reviewing us had some experience with cryptocurrency, and he was amazed that it was so fast to actually perform a transaction and validate it. And he said, "Oh, well, I thought it has to take much longer than this." I said, "No, it doesn't." So, like the reason I stuck to them, first and foremost, I always believed in it. That's also why we actually chose to do a few years ago a startup program that was supported by NEM, knowing that it's going to enable us to become part of the ecosystem. So that's really the reason. And I'm sorry, I'm almost forgetting the rest of the question. But
you're doing well, because you're answering about why Symbol and which are those functions of Symbol that are helping your application.
Yeah, that's right. So, and that's exactly right. Thank you for reminding me. So, look, I'll give you a simple example. Like Ethereum is very popular, but Ethereum, with the whole DeFi boom right now, the transaction fees are getting really high. They're still trying to do Ethereum 2, where they're actually going to enable staking. They're still working on it. Like we already have those things on them. So even though we're actually going to adapt to Ethereum purely for the reason of so many users being on it, I still believe that NEM deserves to have an accounting system, and it needs it because it's that good. And funny enough, I actually have more of a visionary approach, because if I was only going with a business approach, I'll probably just stick to Bitcoin and Ethereum and go and look, there's not that many users as we can get on the other blockchains. But thinking long term, I think by being a unique system that actually connects to Zero, offering NEM, you know, we have a lot of potential to do something great together later down the track if we're actually going to bring business into the ecosystem and doing accounting on it. So that's why I'm doing it.
No, that's fantastic. And it's time for me to remind all of you, our viewers, to follow our social media, where you can learn more about our blockchain. And of course, leave us your kind messages. Those help us to improve every time. Okay, and further and further. Now back to Jacob. Jacob, you the AM, this company you lead, also works with Persist. It's pretty known in our ecosystem, Persist. And you both, as developers, have many use cases for the ecosystem. How does that partnership works, and what else do you have to offer to everyone else, not just in our ecosystem, but a wide a range of clients?
Yeah. Well, to tell you about my collaboration with Persist, I'll actually walk you through a bit of a story. So even though we have the large accounting platform called Journaler, now going to Journaler 2, we also have the mobile app. So our Journaler 2 platform is really purely focused on B2B, although we'll expand to some other functionalities. Whereas what we've done with Persist, they've actually done some projects with us probably already a couple of years ago, where I really wanted to do a mobile app. And that's how we started collaborating. So they were part of our project, you could almost say part of our second project, where we're looking at the mobile app. Actually, by the way, we've just released our latest version, so you can download it. It's connected to the multi-wallet application, actually connects to Bitcoin, NEM, and the latest testnet of Symbol. And that was done thanks to, you know, our great partners, or I think that's what we have to really call them, at Persist, who helped us develop this this wallet app. And where this collaboration is growing, you know, now we work across a lot more things together than just the mobile apps. And I think that's where Persist is amazing, because they're really, you know, experts at the NIS1. They're also expert at Symbol. There's not many experts out there who can really deliver things on time to the level needed. And it really makes it complete from our standpoint, because we leave in their hands the integration part with the blockchain, whereas the whole functionality, you know, product solution and everything, this still comes from us, because we know where the need is for financial platforms that we're developing. And we're really looking at really creating a complete set of solutions. So you have B2B in Journaler 2, you have P2P at the moment within the mobile app, but we're already trying to touch on, you know, C2B, so customer to business, all these different types of solutions. So I think in terms of what we can offer, having worked for that long together, we form a pretty good team. We really understand each other well. I feel that we, you know, we make it more complete, yet we never interfere in one another's activities. It's more just providing the necessary support. So I would say Persist are your go-to people for solving, you know, bringing in products that need to connect to NEM and Symbol, even Ethereum or Bitcoin. Whereas with us, if you really want to solve how to build a financial system on NEM and figure out the functionality, this is where we can help you. But
Yeah,
we're quite into what we're doing right now. So it's a busy time, but yes, we've got a lot to offer.
Okay. Well, let's thank Jacob for his precious time. I know he's late over there. If you have any other final thoughts you may want to leave us, please Feel free to do so.
Yes, look, I hope you guys can follow us. Just so you know, we're constantly doing upgrades even to our website to inform you as much as we can about what we do. We've actually been so busy that we've been very quiet on our social channels. We're hoping to change that early in the year. We're actually kicking off some marketing initiatives as well as we get closer to launching. At the moment, the commercial launch is expected to happen in the first quarter of next year. If anything changes, we'll update you, but we've actually been quiet because we've been so busy. So by all means, just try and, at least check out our website, and hopefully I'll be able to come on again when we actually launch and make this official, having users and bringing people into the ecosystem. So exciting things ahead of us. And thanks again, Alexis.
No. Thank you. Thank you, Jacob, for being here with us. And I'm sure everyone's going to try that. Okay. Well, that's all for this episode of The NEM Show. My name is Alexis Trujillo. See you next time in another episode. Thanks again, Jacob. Bye-bye.
Thank you.